Hello, and welcome to episode number 4 of Tavern Style Souls 2, Scholar of the First Pie, where we mostly talk about food and sometimes play Dark Souls. I'm your host, Niko, they, them, and I'm joined as always by Sparkletone, they, them.
Hi, my name's Alex, also Sparkletone. You can find me on the bird site as Sparkletone.
We also have Peregrine, they, them.
Do we? Is this
seems
really Peregrine? Who's to say?
I can't believe it's
And
not
we
Peregrine is the name of this stream now.
That's true. All right, we have to start the whole thing over again. We also have Mo, he, him.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Well, the rules... Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, I guess we're getting started.
Perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
Wow, that's...
I didn't... A real POS... Just like right in the middle of my intro.
You stay right at this bonfire. Dude,
Yeah.
if we're gonna fight him in here. We'll do our recap of the last episode. This is over, I guess, unless you want to try to say what happened. And in true to their name, they didn't even bow before coming in here.
Wow, real player of Sephiroth here with the famous
the washing
sword,
pole.
yeah.
I forget where that is in this game. I'm sure we'll find it later. Oh, the bad manner. I mean,
yeah, that's fine.
At least there was truth in advertising there.
I'm just glad people are getting excited for Sekiro, you know?
So,
I'm getting
well,
excited.
anyway, if you watched last week, I was beating up against the pursuer, so I didn't really have anything to lose there. That's fine. The rules for this series, now that we're already in it, are 1, I'm only allowed to play the 2 hours a week for these recordings, and no playing on the side. 2, I'm not allowed to look anything up or write anything down. I can only rely on my memory and my coaches for advice. And 3, no backseating in the chat. I know I explain this every time, but please, being told by a bunch of people how to play a game isn't my idea of a good time. So those are the rules. For a quick recap of last episode, we thoroughly explored this area around the Forest of Fallen Giants, everything that we had access to. We met the large friend, aka Last Giant, and ensured that all giants had actually fallen. We also got pursued by the pursuer many times. And finally, we learned about the finer points of Into the Breach style pizza. So, with all of that in mind, I had one priority, which was actually
your staff.
Yeah. So last time I had, it's funny, like we finished recording, and then half an hour later, I sent a message. Everyone's like, "OMG, I totally meant to upgrade my staff," and that might have been the difference between killing the pursuer and not. So I'm not gonna make that mistake again. I'm gonna go upgrade. Although I don't have any souls, so I'm gonna pop some of the little souls. And also, I've got a boss soul, and I haven't checked out what that does, so
Hey,
I'd like to see what I can get for that.
I thought about leaving this for later, but a couple weeks ago, a couple weeks ago, I was watching the stream and noticed something that we kind of glossed over.
Hello.
Back behind you in the village, now to your left, go forward, kind of over by Kale's house.
Okay.
Let's see if there are any messages on the ground over here.
I'm not going to fall forward. Go by the pigs again.
We're not going in the big hole. That's much later. Kind of around here. Let's see if there's anything.
I'm not going to aggro those pigs.
Nah.
Why not?
You know what? That well that's behind you, not the big hole, but the well. Nope, behind you. The well next to the house. You're walking away from it. I really don't like the look of that rock. I want you to smack the shit out of that rock on the corner of the... No, not the big hole in the ground. The well next to Kale's house.
Smack those rocks!
You can hit those statues if you want, but you need to hit that rock.
Oh. Yeah, we just completely ran right past this.
I have generally been avoiding like telling you a lot of things, but the reason I am doing that now is because what I saw in that stream that aired a few weeks ago is that somebody had left a message saying try attacking on the well, but we were in kind of a hurry because we'd spent so long in the tutorial and character building that you glossed right over it, and I never sort of pointed you back to, hey, maybe do what that message says. So that one's on me.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, that would have been probably the easiest SS flash card to get in the game, which would have made the intro quite a bit more doable. But we got through it. It's fine.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You might have figured it out eventually because the messages there will show back up.
Yeah, I know that like they take a little while to load when you zone and boot up the game. So
it was sort of the same thing as the message about the hidden wall last time. And I kind of made sure we got around to that without forgetting about it. I did not do that time, so.
Yeah.
Now, here's a question I have. When you upgrade your staff, do you usually just try to hire more staff, or do you pay a higher hourly rate for the staff you already have?
They level up, and you have to choose where to allocate their attribute points.
Hmm.
You just go into the character and just fiddle around.
What are we shopping for?
I was looking to see what I can get for that big soul, special soul.
Yeah, I don't like Horseman.
I don't like that shield that looks like a big ol' eye.
540.
The eyeball shield.
That's not what you said it looked like last time.
What did I say it looked?
I'm not going to repeat your bad jokes for you. You have to remember them, just like Niko has to remember the game.
Did it? It kind of looks like a moon hitting someone like a big pizza pie.
When the moon hits your eye and you instantly die, that's a Bloodborne.
Have I made a moon hits your eye joke every time we've done a recording for this? Because I feel like I have, and if I haven't, it's...
This is episode 3 or 4, I forgot.
It's 4.
This is 4.
You've done it.
We're only on 4 episodes, and you're already forgetting how many we've done.
We could be on one episode, and I'd forget how many.
Yeah, I don't remember how many we've done.
I mean, that's the most Dark Souls 2 thing we could do, admittedly.
It's true. Yeah.
I would have to look at my folder of my recordings.
Wow, you have a folder for your recordings? You seem kind of nerd.
Yeah, I was like my root Dropbox.
How many hours
folder
have we spent talking about Dark Souls on this thing, and you're asking me if I'm a nerd?
Dark Souls is for cool kids.
Is it?
Maybe, but I'm the one giving out, like, hyper-specific information and tips. So maybe I went a little too far.
Yeah, if you want to give out, like, football tips, that doesn't make you a nerd, it makes you a coach.
It's true.
Mo's the
You're
one
talking about...
I just thought of a take so bad, I don't know if I even
Mo's
want to
the one with all the Football Manager experience, so I don't know.
It's true. I've played a lot of Football Manager. I'm actually going to mute myself for a second because there's a garbage truck outside. And then I'll think, while I think...
Is that where all your garbage takes come from?
I was going to say, they've come for your
That's
takes
where they
already.
go when he's done with them. They've come to collect so that he has room in his house for more.
The best part is he can't even respond right now. Slam dunk right there.
Boom.
So
yeah, I'm not even warming up, just going right for it. Oh, that's not a good start.
That's fine. Let's see if you can remember the parry timing.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna guess not.
Oh, I
should have been attacking here.
How many push-ups do I owe?
We decided on
at least 100.
God, oh god.
I think we left it at 40 plus another 10 when the fight is won.
We'll see how the first set goes tonight.
Good.
I
Keep this up. Watch your stamina.
Ooh.
If it's a total that you have to do, you should do
Wow.
Oh, God.
Thought I had that
sets and just do more of them.
A couple late ones there.
Yeah.
So I can like add 2 per set for this, maybe, or something like that. Until I'll see how are my arms tonight? Let's find out.
That was a pretty good warm-up attempt, though.
Certainly better than it could have gone.
Okay, good news. My muscles for carrying and my muscles for pushing up are different muscles, and so I can do push-ups. But I have spent a good chunk of today hauling around some of those like metal wireframe shelving units. Because I don't. Y'all live in cities or have lived in cities at some point. Right? Oh, jeez. Oh.
Okay. So we get invaded the moment we start the game. Have a pretty good attempt and then this. It is real Souls hours now.
Yeah, we're
in the
really
game
in it.
now.
I'm gonna do like squats. I'm gonna like shake it up so I'm not just doing like 100 push-ups right at the start.
It's leg day now.
Yep.
Last time we talked a little bit about our friend Joel had started playing the first Souls game. He has made a ton of progress. Just a little bit before we started, about an hour ago, he got himself the Moonlight Greatsword in the first game.
God.
It's weird how that works when you aren't forcing yourself to only play 2 hours a week.
Getting that sword is one of the least fun things I've ever done in a video game.
I don't remember it being that bad.
Were you playing an int build?
Nope.
Joel is playing an int build.
Joel is playing an int build. If I remember what he told me correctly,
Woo!
I think that attempt was just cursed, kind of all around. Let's take a deep breath.
Okay.
Joel ended up using some help from some pyromancy. He wanted to thank Great Chaos Fireball, because his normal stuff wasn't doing enough damage. I think the last message he sent me was saying that he has now reached the end of the guide he was using for his sorcerer build.
Hell yeah!
I wanted to know what I thought of where to go next.
I'm gonna do a brief aside here to explain my grievance as someone who played an int build and had to get the Moonlight Greatsword. So for background, the Moonlight Greatsword is like one of the only viable int-based weapons in Dark Souls 1. Like it's significantly better than just about anything else. It's a break, so you have to cut off a tail from an enemy. And it turns out, if you put all of your stats into doing better with magic, but then you need to suddenly target a specific component of like a boss, you're gonna have a bad time.
And Niko, instead of running past all the boys to the pursuer, let's maybe fight them this run just to kind of...
Well, I'm also getting to that point where I may need to pop another whatever it's called to get my health back, since I'm getting down pretty low, and that is not helping things. So.
Yeah, that's true too.
But I didn't want to use that before I had at least kind of finished warming up, and so far, I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like our rhythm's a bit off, and so maybe like hitting some goobers and getting...
Couldn't we go to... Isn't there another place we could go? And just maybe
we could go there. I think I was
palate
hoping to
cleanser
sort of go
and-
there after killing this guy because we ended
yeah.
on such a
Yeah,
close
yeah,
note last week.
Fair.
Oh, that's an item I haven't seen before. See, the problem is these guys actually aren't like don't require me to actually play the game. I just spam casted them until they're dead. So, and the same with these two up here is I just have to make sure and lure one back so I'm not getting shot with arrows.
Yeah.
So like this isn't unfortunately not really preparing me for the
True.
parry timing.
Would the friends in the other place, Alex? The big friends?
I'm gonna say let's get through this and consider
Yeah,
our options.
we were so close. I feel like I still can do it. I just need to get comfortable and then use the humanity so I'm not.
There we go.
There we go. All right, now I'm completely out of stamina. I'm gonna get my stamina back. Go over here.
Yep. Nice.
Nice. God, the lack of...
Heal.
I'm gonna heal.
Okay.
Heal. Oh.
We're all right.
Nice.
No, no,
Oh,
no!
Hopefully that doesn't one-shot you. It may not.
No, you're gonna get cursed though.
We're all cursed. That's how we ended up here.
Speak for yourself. I have
Please
good
give me
opinions
time.
about anime.
Okay.
Sorry, that
Ooh,
was...
ooh, ooh, ooh.
Still
How do
in
I?
it,
How am I
still
still
in it.
alive?
Oh,
That
too
was
early.
early again. But
All right, I think I'm warm. I
yeah.
think I'm warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. Just got a little thrown by the grabby sword.
Yeah. Okay.
Gosh, just thinking about the thought experiment that I'm gonna bust out in a couple minutes,
Oh no.
and it's so bad.
to,
boy.
to finish my earlier thought
No.
and also distract from whatever Mo is planning, which we do not need. I was saying that the music doesn't come through super strong on my audio during the fight, but it's okay because in my head I'm just singing Rude Buster from Deltarune over and over and over again.
It is
That
very
is
good.
a-
Very good tune.
Some hype battle music.
Shout out to Toby Fox, who is selling the album on Bandcamp right now. Definitely worth checking out. If only for there's 2 tracks on that thing that I just spent an hour.
I would say.
today
I mean, I would
listening
say play the demo of the game first instead of just
Oh yeah, totally.
listening to the album. But yeah, I'm sure we will chat about that at some point. Ooh, little juke there. Once I can focus on talking and not fighting this difficult boss, I will have some thoughts.
It's part of why I'm saving the thought experiment. I need all hands on deck.
Oh boy.
Shouldn't have gone for 3 there.
So
Okay.
for the people watching this,
Nice.
I'm concerned that the thought experiment is something that was discussed by the others while I was fixing some technical problems on my end. So they might know what the thought experiment is, and I have no idea.
It is not. I have not mentioned
Okay.
I have not. It is. We are at 0% on the thought experiment right now.
Good instinct.
Oh,
Talking
too
to
early
Niko
again.
there, not
I'm
Mo.
anticipating. Too early.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm anticipating it. Previously I was doing it too
Yep.
late, and now I'm anticipating
the-
it. So
Same way. It's the tricky part, but
yeah.
The good news is he's super friendly for this, and the bad news is almost nobody else in the game is as friendly.
Well, that's good news, because then I never need to do parries again.
I'm already very tired. For those keeping track at home.
But very swole.
I guess every little bit counts. I will say, yeah, I never finished the whole thing. I was carrying shelving units around a bunch because I've been living in cities for a number of years, and so I'm very stubborn about when I don't use public transit for things. So I have it in my head that, like, because there's a Home Depot a few blocks from my workplace, I should just pick up what I need from Home Depot after work and then just carry it on a bus. But I've been trying to get, like, a bunch of these shelving units, and I found out my limit is, like, 2 per. And it's, yeah, I'm very tired.
Nope.
Do you hate to see that?
Gotta watch for the glow.
I'm somehow alive. That is very surprising.
Oh my god.
Okay. Heal. Oh my god.
That hurts so much if I miss the timing. The parry strategy really is super high risk reward.
Yep, that's the video game. The other thing I would note is that at one point in there, he did a 3-hit combo, and you tried to keep parrying after the first hit of his. I would recommend against that.
Okay.
If you don't get the first swing, just try to get out of the way of the rest of the combo. Because then the combo cooldown will give you kind of a second to reposition. If you're far enough away, maybe heal.
Oh, I just realized it's cooled down. Oh. Can't believe I've been going all these years without getting that.
What? Wind up and cool down?
Yeah, like I thought it was like cool down, like you're going, like you're down and cool.
No, it's like your temperature is high and it is cooling down.
No, it's like it's a bird and it's the feathers.
I am real lost right now.
It's cool down.
No, I refuse to find my way to this joke. I will never see the light here.
Mo gets it.
I'm going to live in sweet ignorance.
Well, usually we use down for warmth, but in this case it's cool down.
I'm not even going to say anything.
You
should
might actually
concentrate on the
not be
fight.
making the reference that I think you're making.
Wait, what? I don't. What reference are you talking about, though? I don't know.
I thought you were talking about the...
Uh-huh.
So, what was I talking about?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think I'm with Sparkletone on this one. The only way to win is by not playing.
But
Good
I
dodges.
don't.
Too early.
Way early.
Yeah.
It can be a little hard to judge the timing on that charge when you're right
Oh,
next
no.
to it. Nope.
Whoa!
You're still in
He
it.
just knocks it down on that.
No,
Oh.
no.
Oh!
Hitbox on that attack, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and I was right next to him, so I couldn't get far enough away. I don't know if I had gone sideways, it would have been fine, but that was just...
He'll
screwed
turn
pretty
to
early.
follow you more than you would expect. It's kind of the case with a lot of the enemies in this game.
Yeah. Also, I like how I took the time to actually kill all the enemies, and then it didn't even matter because the archer still hit me. So I'm going to go back to just skipping them just for time.
That's fine. I was just kind of suggesting it for that one attempt to kind of break up the rhythm rather than like throwing ourselves at the same mistake over and over again.
Yeah.
But we're doing a bit better now, so. Hardness. There we go. I feel like we have all the pieces and just need a good run.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
No, no, no. Except for that. You got... You see the glow?
Call that
Just say no.
Throwing a shrimp on the Barbie. That's what that move is called.
Good heal. Dodge. Okay. Ah.
I don't know. I just don't know. This
No,
is not.
no, no. So... I'm not sure kind of where you're looking at him or how it works for you, but for me, I stare almost entirely at his sword.
Yeah, it's just that like I'm so trying to be dialed into that parry, and if he does a quick slash, I need to be ready for it, and like I said, I'm anticipating it. So I honestly I think that I really dislike parrying already in this game, and I think that if it wasn't in my feeling like the only way I even give myself an opening to heal in case things go bad, I would not be doing it. But he just attacks so relentlessly that without getting a parry, I just am going to get comboed to death because I don't have a chance to heal. The Estus animation is too slow. So I'm pretty much kind of locked into that at this point, and that means that all it takes is a couple of bad parries and I'm fucked. So.
For what it's worth, I didn't even do this fight until I was really deep in the game.
Same.
And
yeah, this is definitely one I came back to.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's all about pride.
Yeah, I did it when we're doing it, but also I had dozens and dozens of hours of watching people fight this asshole in all kinds of ways. So it was different for me.
Don't let the pursuer get you down. You know.
Nice.
Very good, and you made sure to get your stamina back. Yep, not that one.
No charge attack for you.
No shrimp on the Barbie tonight.
There we go. The tracking got you. I hate that.
Yeah. Sucks.
So he one hit went all the way from full to dead there. So now I'm already in the point where I'm probably going to need to burn another humanity. So I mean, I can farm for those because they cost 1,500, which is not an unreasonable amount of souls at this stage, but it's still starting to get to me. So I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I was so close and I'm not quite ready to give up the goat on this yet.
But you were so close at the end of 2 hours of playing, and now you're coming in cold. And you know, even a bit of warm up, it's still. I have a piece of advice left, but I am extremely hesitant to offer it just yet. But I think I would rather offer this piece of advice instead of heading for another area.
Yeah, it feels like it would be nice to kind of close this book.
Yeah.
Before branching out somewhere else. So.
Totally fair.
There we go. Early. Good dodges though. Here's the trade I will make you. Pop a humanity and give it a couple more attempts at full health, because you've been, like, getting there.
Yeah.
And if you kind of get down again, there is a thing about this fight that I will tell you.
Okay. I mean, I would like to try and beat it without using, if there's like a cheese strategy or whatever. So,
I am always of the opinion that victory in these games is victory, and unless it's something like a legit bug,
but I will
like
feel better about it if I don't have to rely on something.
I get it. I would say the limit of that for me is when Bloodborne first shipped, there was a bug in the game where it would there was like a memory leak or something, and it would run out of memory if you left the game running for too long. And once the game was in that state, the AI for certain bosses just wouldn't load. And so there were people who marathoned the game right at launch and would get to like some of the hardest stuff in the game, and the boss would just stand there or do like one attack over and over again that was really easy to manage.
Oh, this actually came up on, I think Bonfireside Chat talked about this, where like that version of one of the late game fights in Bloodborne felt more appropriate with the trappings of the world and the fight. And it was kind of a shame that it was a bug and not like intentional design.
Yeah.
I'm curious which fight that you're talking about.
How do folks feel about? I mean, Bloodborne's been out for a while.
Just DM it to me.
We can say Bloodborne. We can say the names of bosses.
I mean, I can say the boss, and no one's gonna know. Like.
Yeah, that's true.
There we go.
Anyway, it's the. I'll say it this way. It's like the. It's Ebriatus was the boss.
Yeah.
Oh no! I did not mean to press that button.
Huh.
Okay.
Where like there is a value to the story and the setting to have like a non-responsive Ebriatus.
Huh. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it was like a really compelling sort of like, because I think one of the two hosts of the podcast like had gotten to it early on when that bug was a thing and just encountered it natively and like didn't realize it was a bug because it felt like it was just like.
You found.
I mean, there've been some analogous things like in other Souls games. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was I always love when you have those like immersion gameplay moments from bugs.
If it's the thing that I think Alex is talking about, I wouldn't call it cheesing.
Oh, it's not. It's really not.
Yeah.
Cheesing implies that it's a foolproof and useful strategy.
Yeah.
Which this is arguably neither.
Yeah. Or also that you're like subverting the game's design,
Yeah, this is definitely not a subversion of
it's...
the design, and if you can't do the parry at all ever, I would say it is super difficult. But if you can have yourself a time.
I definitely didn't parry against the Pursuer.
It's not 100% required.
No!
Okay, here's the other thing I noticed about the wind-up on the curse versus the charge. When he pulls the sword back, it's like raised up.
Yes, I get that. It's just a mistake. Like, I'm just being bad. I don't think that this is about knowing what to do anymore. I just need to do it right. So.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like in general I can bait the charge attack, which seems to be my most successful at getting parries if I'm far enough away. But sometimes he chooses not to, and if I'm close, then I might get that I might get either the charge attack or the quick slash, and that's why I'm going.
The quick slash is an up also, whereas I think the charge, he holds the sword sort of more.
He pulls it
down.
back and it glows and it's longer, and then but the thing is by the time I've already committed to the parry,
True.
I can't get out of time or out of the way in time, and so I think that I just need to reflexively dodge back if he does either of those animations, and it's just training myself at this point, whereas I'm kind of operating on instinct because I spent so long with the parry being too late that I'm trying to press it earlier. But I've had a few really good attempts so far, and I just need that one where it doesn't all go to shit.
Yeah, so the sword points at the ground if he's charging. Whereas that was up.
Yeah.
Good heal.
Okay. Wow, I'm surprised that actually worked.
Yeah, like I said, the windows on him are pretty wide. Good dodge.
Woo! Ooh. Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's a window to heal.
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
That was only the two. Taking my time. My time.
Yep. Correct instincts. Mm-hmm.
Get hit in. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Get fucked.
Hell yeah.
Very good.
Go.
Very,
Good
very
job.
good.
Yeah.
So, I want you to walk over to that ballista. Take care of these assholes, and then there's something I need you to do.
Oh god.
Just make sure you fight them over here. Don't let them fight over there, because it's gonna ruin my fun.
I'm glad that they didn't show up while I was like kneeling and opening my arms to the sky.
This has been such a good stream so far. It's something else. Walk over to that ballista and go stand behind it. So these are the same ballistas that were in that basement room we ran around.
Oh yeah. Oh.
But you never stood in the spot where you could see that you can shoot them yourself. So
Yeah.
pull the trigger. And you should let it go.
I had to press it twice. Okay.
Yeah.
This is just infinitely reusable.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Hitting him with a full burst from that will take down like 2/3 of his health. It can be a little tricky to get his positioning right. So if you want to do this fight in about 2 minutes and you're decent at the parry, what you do is you stand in front of one, but not so close that he'll smash it if he gets the swing off. Parry him, and then run back there and just shoot him in the face. And the fight's basically over.
Well,
that was
the good news is
that was the last
I don't
resort.
need no fucking ballista.
That was the last resort.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see what's through here.
Oh, some more friends who are attacking a tree. That's cool. I've got a lot of souls on me. So
Anyone that attacks a tree is no friend of mine. Tell you that.
You're gonna be all right.
all right, so I just should jump down this hole, right?
No. Unfortunately, no. Let's leave them to the tree and maybe look at some other... Let's go up these stairs.
No!
Let's go up those
Fuck
stairs.
them up! You're gonna just let them wail on that tree. You're just gonna...
There is nothing off that ledge for you.
I recognize that. That looks like it's down toward the bonfire, but I don't know if I can quite get down from that way, so...
We can worry about that item later.
Ooh.
Wait, what? But the okay. I thought we were friends to the environment.
Okay, fine.
I thought we were
kill
making
them.
like a tree and leave. Well, I see a very large statue man here. Oh, there's the examine. Okay. Everyone's dying here in order to make it so that way you can't actually examine this, but... Examine.
There we go. That's what I was... for some reason, I've remembered this cutscene is triggering automatically, not needing to touch the nest.
Uh-oh. Where's this bird taking me? Am I going back to the undead asylum?
You're being punished for not helping the environment.
Neither of those things are true.
What a good bird friend.
Welcome to the Lost Bastille.
The Lost Bastille.
And there's
Okay.
a bonfire right there. So,
How nice.
open those chests
some
and
chests.
let's go spend some cash.
I swear to God, if these chests have traps in them,
They do not.
it would be extremely funny though if they did. Ooh, dull ember. That is, I'm guessing that's the upgrade.
That was actually the item
past
that was
plus
just
5.
shown to us in the loading screen,
Yeah.
which is a completely random chance.
That's funny.
Ain't no sun here.
Yeah. I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't remember
Let's,
that being the
uh,
case either.
Let's get out of here. Okay, so we are at the tower apart.
In the Lost Bastille, that is... the next
The
zone
Lost-
for us. So...
Yeah, so that means
Wait,
I
we're
guess
gonna
we're
do the Lost
probably.
Best-
Bastille.
No, I'm not saying that's the
Bastille.
next zone we
No.
absolutely need to go to. I'm saying that is
Oh.
the next zone that defeating the pursuer leads to.
Right, that is
Okay.
the next stuff in that direction, and I think that I had kind of said last time, or maybe at the start of this episode, I don't remember, that I wanted to like check out this path over here.
Yeah, that's
next, and start going down a different way.
Yep,
So
that's a great idea.
all right, but first we have some cash money that we need to offload here. So I think that I would like to buy.
Cryptocurrency.
Oh wait. No.
Yeah, get that shit in Soul's Coin.
There's no better way to offload your money than.
A special process to fortify weapons.
It's called the
The
blockchain,
art was lost long ago.
and it will get you so many more
Can't
souls.
use embers anymore. Including myself, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'm so glad that boss fight's over.
Just keep it.
They weren't joking when they said seek misery.
The pursuer can
All right,
be
so
a
he
real
doesn't know how to use it.
asshole.
So some other blacksmith probably needs to use it.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I wouldn't trust him when he says nobody knows how to use these things anymore.
Yeah, you
okay,
could
so I
teach
need-
Ember to a fire type. It's a Pokemon joke.
Fortunately, I never played Pokemon much as a smaller version of myself.
Was Monster Rancher. Monster Rancher was my animal pet game.
I mean, like, it'd give me like a Neopets at least. I mean, come on.
What are you, what?
Like, what is
Monster-
off-brand, like...
Monster Rancher was incredible. Excuse you.
I'm not here for this, like, Hidden Valley monster shit.
Have you known the joy of being a young kid and going through your parents' CD collection, looking for CDs from a thing you printed out at school from GameFAQs, saying which CDs gave you the rarest and best monsters? Because that is true childhood joy.
Hey, Niko, let's see how many points of adaptability you need to get your AGL up.
Okay. I also would like to get a third spell slot. That'll give me another soul arrow that I've got sitting in my
Yeah.
unused stuff. So but I can take away those points for the moment just to do this. It's only going up like
Yeah, it takes more than one
one
level
every
per
other
point.
level or so.
You were getting some of it out of other stuff you were already leveling, so yeah, let's not do
Yeah.
that many.
Maybe Mo can tell you which CD to use to get more agility.
Okay, so I got one out of the attunement. This seems worth doing to get the third spell slot,
Definitely,
a little
very definitely.
speed, and then a little bonus damage. So this like maybe see that like I have to invest 2 points to get an extra agility.
What is
Poise?
Yeah, I would say since we have that extra point hanging around, let's think about maybe endurance or vitality, just to get a little extra stamina or. A little
Yeah, I don't think I've
extra,
put any vitality yet, so I don't know. I don't know how much load I need if I'm able to stick mostly with lighter armor, but
you need a big shield, is the thing.
I mean, you'll be able to share that load with Sam Gamgee once you pick him up later in the game.
that's very true.
Is that a grass type Pokemon?
That's
more or less, actually.
that's.
I'm feeling
God,
pretty
I
alright
can't
about
even-
about my health, and I've been slowly working my strength up to not garbage. It's just bad. But like I don't know if I have any goals in mind with strength and dex, and it doesn't really matter unless I have specific items that I need to use to equip. So
I will
like
say you'll probably want him around 10 at least.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
probably.
what I was going to say, is that I like to bring them both up to 10 in the early game, because that's when you kind of feel that like small increase more, no matter like what you're using it for.
And it's
Okay.
like they say, 888, feeling great.
well, here we go. I think this is a plan.
Yeah,
I do want to keep investing in endurance too because stamina is always good.
Yeah, stamina's
Alright.
great.
I guess I could have checked to see if there were any expensive rings to buy, but I don't know.
let's see.
It's
if
the ring industry's mostly a scam
Let's
anyway.
see if the armor merchant is selling anything new, because he kind of sometimes gets boss armor in.
These are very heavy. Yeah, and also I saw that our merchant is over here now, so that's nice. One thing I remember the cat had to sell was there's a ring that reduces falling damage that seems probably necessary to jump down that big old pit in the middle. So, but like, I remember in Dark Souls 1 kind of saving up for some really expensive items early on, and then toward like later stages of the game, the amount that I had saved up was trivial. So I'm not super worried about like trying to save up 10,000 to get one of those rings early. I'll get it at some point.
Yeah, totally.
This all looks pretty similar to what was already there. And
yeah, I'm not
unfortunately,
seeing anything new.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the UI doesn't have any sort of comparison with what I'm currently wearing.
I mean, those are some bird boots. It's probably not a bad thing.
Well, I do.
Go with my bird brain.
Your brain's not in your feet.
Okay, so actually, before we go to down that mysterious hallway there, I wanted to go back and fully explore the area right around the pursuer. There was a potential liar saying that you could drop down the ledge and find an item. So I just want to do that now before I forget.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a liar, but let's find out.
I am pretty sure it's not so.
All right.
All right.
I have no
It's not going to take more than
because
like a minute.
I don't remember this specific thing.
you have two co-hosts on stream. One of them can only tell the truth, and the other one can only tell puns. Who do you trust?
I also
Me,
have
the truth
a new
teller.
icon under my stamina bar, and I don't know what that is. Oh, I wonder if that's because I didn't prepare all of my spells, because I didn't actually get the.
Wait,
I need to attune.
Do you? You have two.
I have 2 soul arrows and a heavy soul arrow, and I just unlocked my 3rd slot, but I didn't put anything in it.
But that's 3 slots.
Yeah,
You
but
just
right now
said
I
you
only have 2 slots attuned.
I didn't know that it gave you an icon for that. That is.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh
sure
no, the
that's
icon
what
went
that
away.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
Oh, weird.
odd.
That is odd. And unfortunately, all of these people have decided to follow me.
Yeah.
That's good social media engagement.
No
You're
fog
doing
wall to
great.
stop them now.
The archer is slowly making his way.
Hey guys. Hi. Hey.
Now, look at that. Dodge that arrow right at the last second.
He wants to be a member.
Oh, not that one, though. Alright. Well, that was fun. Oops. Yeah, so if I'm out here, that icon shows up.
Are we human right now?
Or are we dancer?
No.
We're always dancer. Yeah, that must be some online thing that isn't possible when you're in a.
You know what? There is an effect when you defeat bosses in an area that I think prevents invasion around certain bonfires. So I wonder if it's that.
Alright,
yeah,
so this is probably going to be another nothing happened, alas. Nothing over here.
Yep.
Okay, and then there was nothing else up here.
Just the nest.
Yep, and then this is an item.
Huh.
Nailed it.
Well, it's so valuable that I don't remember people going for it.
Yo, what's good?
Oh. Let's see. I've got some new looks.
I tell the truth and the puns. That's what's up.
What? Was there not a helm?
Nope.
Oh, there isn't. I actually remember now.
Oh, this is extremely heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this is probably not gonna fly. I'm going to be
looks so
wait.
cool.
Better.
No, I
grind
want to
that-
have good looks.
Better grind that vitality up or whatever the stat is.
Oh
you can
God, no!
just,
Don't grind any. No, put your. You know what looks
so you
cooler
can
is.
just
No,
do
stop.
everything at once.
No.
Okay. I remember getting the helmet to this set, but I never bothered trying to find the rest of it because I wasn't interested in heavy armor.
Trusting the words of other players when they tell you that there's items. Yeah, it's okay. You don't have to trust people.
I mean, I think it's fair to not trust people in this game.
Most of the messages
So-
in this game are either shitposts or sexist or both, so...
Yeah, so now I'm at 84% load, which probably means that, like,
you're gonna... Yeah.
oh, I'm so slow.
Oh,
Oh,
I love
I
how
can't.
silly the animation for heavy rolling gets.
Oh, the good like topple.
Bull, you just kind of fall over.
I don't remember what I had.
See if that sword is interesting to you.
Oh yeah. I probably don't have enough strength to equip it, is my guess. I can't even find it.
It is the Drangleic
Wait.
sword.
There we go. Okay. Yeah. So 25 and 20. That's not happening.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure it looks cool though.
Well, as I've said a few times, we're going to be getting a bunch of levels, so maybe eventually our equip load will get high enough that we can think
Yeah,
about
maybe.
this stuff later.
Or you just put it all in it. You can get into a good college and be a doctor or something. Make the real souls.
I can think of a bunch of places in these games that are schools, and none of them are colleges I would want to attend.
Wait, really? What?
They're all horrible.
Oh, I know what you're... Yeah. Okay, they're horrible, but also they're kind of rad.
That is the thing with these games, isn't it?
I mean, like, if you're gonna have to live anywhere in Drangleic, sure, there might be better places.
There are worse, though.
Maybe, but, like, there's maybe only one, actually, and everywhere else is horrible.
Oh, nullify human effigies effect. So I can
we
become unhuman?
Yeah, we don't care for
Yeah.
to do
Oh,
that.
that feels new. I don't remember that. So you can choose to be human or dancer.
It's so that when you're done summoning, you can turn the multiplayer back off. I think? I forget.
Why do you have 31 soul arrows?
Probably something with my int or my
Yeah,
attunement is
it
boosting
it just scales like the same way damage does, so it's gonna be odd numbers at times.
Oh, weird.
Before we check out of Majula, there is one last thing here I want us to see. Let's go to the basement of Kale's house, where that map is.
Oh, he's probably there now too. I can probably talk to him.
Yeah, that should be the case too.
And also, this person is here now, so maybe
I
maybe
think,
she has some new dialogue.
I think Melentia moves when you beat the giant. I forget. You again?
Someone died right here.
It's on the cheap for you.
Might have been the pigs.
It's always the pigs.
That's a good
Melentia,
laugh.
Melentia, you're all right.
Everyone's so stingy around here. Everyone's so stingy everywhere.
It's a tough economy
Mood.
these days.
You're my only customer. Don't make me
Yeah, and the only money is souls.
What is she doing with those souls?
Trades them for other stuff,
What
obviously.
stats? do you
Oh,
think
here we go.
Eliza
Oh no,
has?
she had this before. Okay. Yeah. It's just so hard to look at this and go like, oh yeah, that's something I want, without really being able to compare.
Well, it's only about the fashion. The game is basically just like, we got too many people who are going to have ugly sets because they
call
want
this place
to,
the
quote unquote, survive or something.
Not too special if you ask me.
We just need to remember that she still has a Ferris's Lockstone for us and a Fragrant Branch.
Oh, is that Ferris's Lockstone that I used in that last episode?
Yes,
a one-time use.
Yeah, the thing
Yeah.
that looks like a face. That's what that is.
Oh. Okay.
You're my own lonely
I didn't realize that. I thought that was like a once you find it, it's like a key for lots of places.
Nope,
but-
you'll find a bunch of faces. You
These
remember that
statues
the
regrew themselves.
yeah.
That's smart.
Most of the world resets when
Destroy them.
No.
Defeat the statues.
I think I'm going to have to call statute of limitations on that one.
No.
Yeah, you should be in here.
Oh. Yeah.
And hey, look,
I
there's
also
like a little
I heard
fire
some
on the map.
breathing noises.
Oh, hello again.
Oh, there is.
You've made it.
Right
Wait.
in Houston, Texas.
The map.
That's
I
one of.
presume.
Oh.
Of course. Take a good look.
Wait a second.
So the fire doesn't do anything. but it sort of signifies that you're done in an area, and it kind of gives you. The game plays very fast and loose with the consistency of the geography that we're presented with, but you kind of get like a vague idea of where stuff is supposed to be relative to each other from the map, because more flames will show up as we kill more bosses. The first one is for the last giant. I forget what the full list is. There's at least half a dozen. I think there might be more than that.
There's like that famous piece of art, the Dark Souls 1 like mural that shows the whole world like vertically as like kind of a like in a super designy way. Have you all seen that?
I think you and I mentioned on one of these
Oh yeah, we've
episodes
talked about that. Yeah, never mind. We've talked about that. You're right. The like, I'll find a link and post it in the chat. But like, Dark Souls 2's version of that would like take up a whole wall because it's.
If you open the map data in the right computer program and lay everything out so it is all one contiguous area, there's a bunch of them that occupy the same physical space. Like it's incoherent.
The thing I'm talking about. It's really cool how it looks.
Yeah, it looks really cool though.
You know, it's interesting. I've heard some people.
We're done here.
Dark
I just
Souls.
wanted to. Sorry,
Okay.
Nico. We're done here. I just wanted I wanted you to see the fire for sort of filling in an area.
I just remembered that multiple weeks ago we were in this building and then there was a chest upstairs and I like ran right past it and I noticed it like while the episode was playing. So I'm gonna go up there if I can find the stairs. There we go.
Oh, did we not come back to that? I
Yeah,
thought
totally
we
ran
had.
right past it. Oh, nice.
All very useful.
Yep. Not gonna say no to that. Okay. And then I also remember that there was one of those little like kind of jewel bug things that I think give you Titanite shards or something.
Yeah, that was
above
that was by the bonfire we were at.
The bonfire.
For the pursuer. Let's just leave that for now, and when we're like in the need of
Yeah,
some materials, I'll make a note of it that we haven't done that one.
So if you search gaze upon the realm of Dark Souls, it'll take you to the map thing that we've been talking about. And if you just image search Dark Souls 2 map data, a lot of that will come up for people watching.
You'll also get a lot of Solaire and Chosen Undead fanfic.
Where is?
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Definitely nothing wrong with that. After all, you could argue that, like any good sequel, the goal of Dark Souls 2 is to rekindle old flames.
Speaking of rekindling flames, we were talking a little bit about Deltarune, which just came out last week in between the recordings of these two episodes, yeah, we were saying that we might chat a little bit about it and share some thoughts. Like personally, anyone who knows me knows that I was a huge fan of Undertale, and I had sort of come to the I had sort of made peace with the possibility that there would never be any revisiting of that world, and then that would be it. And like that, it was like sort of a nice closed book. And so, like I was honestly like really shocked. I thought that the thing that he was going to be showing off that was counting down for was just going to be a huge troll. And so the fact that it was like actually like 3 hours long, had a ton of writing and great characterization, incredible new music, really blew me away. And while like initially I wasn't sure if it's what I wanted, because I had made peace with that possibility that like he would maybe make new stuff, but that world was done.
You
like it really grew on me. The characters and the world. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing what he comes up.
you
with
looked
for
right at
the,
it and then
final
went back
version.
down the stairs,
Oh,
or
I
went
did?
down
Is
the
there a
stairs.
switch?
The message
Yeah.
saying try left was not a lie, as it happened.
Well, there was a chest.
No,
that-
in that room.
What? What does that mean, message?
I don't-
There are
Oh, here we go.
yeah. There are breakable chests in this game, unlike the other ones. There are metal chests that cannot be broken, that tend to have more important stuff, and wooden ones that, if they get broken by you or by an enemy, the stuff in that chest is gone. And even if you turn an area of the game into NG Plus mode, they do not come back. They will come back when you go to proper NG Plus, I think. But using a bonfire item will not do it for you.
Well, I'm officially trapped here forever. So that's sort of like, I don't want to get into spoiler territory, even though by the time this episode airs, it probably will have been out for a couple of weeks, and it's free and short, and so most people have had a chance to play it. There may be people who just are not looking to like play it until it's out for real or whatever. So, but I'm curious to hear everyone else's thoughts.
Well, I have a question. I was under the impression that this was like episode 1, but you've been referring to it as a demo?
Toby calls it a demo.
Toby,
like straight up.
released a bunch
Okay,
of
fair.
a big wall of text thing that like described his sort of thoughts going into making the game, and I won't repeat it all here, but one part of it was like, this is not going to be an episodic like Kentucky Route Zero thing. This is going to be like, they're going to work on it until it's fully done and then release the whole thing. Whether or not
Okay.
the final game is broken up into chapters or not sort of remains unclear.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of what he did for Undertale, where the underground part of the game, the very first section, was kind of a demo that he put out, and then there was like the Kickstarter and then the full game.
Oh, okay, cool.
Except this time he wants to get a team together because it's too complex to make on his own, or what he has in mind is. I don't know. Without going into details, I was as shocked as I think Niko was, and a lot of people were, by what that thing turned out to be. Hey, big buddy.
Hello.
This is
But I loved
maybe...
the
sorry.
demo. It's the last thing I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same.
I really like the demo as well, and I was someone who for a couple of reasons, like, that were, one of which was outside the game in a way, didn't have the greatest time with Undertale, but I really enjoyed this, game, and I think partially because of having played Undertale and like knowing what I was in, not knowing what to expect in terms of like form and structure and stuff like that, really made me engage with this game a bit more. Like that I wasn't.
Well, I
going
think
in
also
totally blind.
I've definitely heard from a lot of people that like the sheer amount of hype on the internet kind of like made people go into Undertale with like maybe unrealistically high expectations, or just generally. Oops, it's already dead. Okay. Generally, like I think that it's fair to say that maybe set expectations unfairly high, and or just like it made it feel different than something that kind of came out of nowhere and really caught people by surprise, which was my experience. So
yeah.
I totally get that, like, not everyone is going to have that same experience. Not everyone is going to have things click emotionally for them in the same way. Oh, that's a person.
Well,
who
I played Undertale like last year, or like 18 months ago, basically. So, like, since the Waypoint Discord has like existed, and like, and there definitely is like a lot of in what you're saying, because like I didn't know what the game's structure or anything was, or like what it was about or anything, but I knew the words pacifist rot, and like that fundamentally changed my like experience of this game, because I was like, it got in my head. It's like, oh, that's the thing you got to do, because you gotta do it that way, because that's what everyone says. And with Deltarune, it was like I was at that same equal footing with everyone else, and I was like, I probably missed like a ton of stuff, and like Peregrine I think mentioned a fight that I'm not sure I fought. Like it sounded like it might have been an optional fight, and like
I did that fight, and it made a 3-hour thing take me about 5 or 5.5.
Yep.
It's a good fight though.
I want to go finish it, but it was definitely taking me enough time.
the other thing that I want to say, and this is relating to the thing I left in our group DM, is that Undertale for me is like a game that has like a lot of like the dissonance between the game mechanics and the like story and themes has always like I'm not like making a value judgment about it, but it like has always been something that I think of in like it's like one of my first thoughts about Undertale whenever it comes up, is like how hard that game was and how unexpected it was for me to like be playing like a legitimately like very difficult game that also dealt with the themes it dealt with.
Real quick, hey, good news, Niko, you just made something easier for yourself.
Cool. All
Oh
right.
yeah, you did.
Oh, and there's some loot. Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, to me, I sort of read that as sometimes, like, it is hard to do what you might think is the right thing, right? Like, in a lot of games, like, say, BioWare games, you get this dialogue option that's like, do the really nice thing or kill everyone, and you just pick one, and then it happens, and it's not really any more or less challenging. It's just a pure moral decision, and in some ways that is a fake decision, because like you don't have to actually pay a price to like do the thing that you might want to do. I definitely think there was like intentionality to it. It's just something that always like sticks out. Like it's not sticks out. That's not a good way to say it. It's like one of the things I've thought about it the most about that game. Yeah, well, and I like that it has a lot to say about the nature of games themselves. So yeah, so like it doesn't need to go into like me gushing about one of my favorite games or anything. Just like I know that some people had mentioned that they potentially wanted to bring that up and talk about it on the stream. So I'm glad Toby is still working, and I know he's spoken publicly about the anxiety of following up on a smash hit. And the expectations that would lead to, and I think that releasing this for free, it was a really smart way to like basically make it so that way if people didn't like it or if they didn't care for it, then what are you going to complain about? It was free and it didn't take that long, and also it meant that everyone was able to play it at the same time without having to worry about being able to afford it or whatever. So you didn't have those people who were like coming to it a month or two after the hype cycle. So really smart, and yeah, looking forward to more from that. Like it definitely seems like he's still got it when it comes to like his musical composing ability and his writing and characterization and stuff.
It kind of messes me up that he in some of the like FAQ stuff made very clear that he has basically been thinking about the ideas in this demo, and that whatever he wants to do with the full version for a significant portion of Undertale itself's development, and like since release, which I get how that happens when you're working on these projects that take multiple years to come to fruition, and then take, in the case of something so successful, like a significant amount of time afterwards to sort of keep doing support stuff for. But it also just sort of terrifies me, like, or rather, not terrifies me, but I cannot imagine having that stuff in like a bunch of folders on my computer being like slow roasted for 5 years in some cases. That's wild to me. I am much more, creatively speaking, used to cycles around music production, which, especially in the kind of stuff I'm more personally involved in, the main holdup is not being able to make the music or get it mastered to a nice level. It's that if you want to put out physical media, printing that stuff can be a whole big mess. Especially if you want to do records. But everything is so much shorter than games.
Woo! Almost walked right off the edge.
I think something interesting for me that kind of ties Undertale and Dark Souls together in a roundabout way is like they're both franchises that in a vacuum I feel I could recommend to a lot more people than I actually can because of the culture that developed around them. Like, I have a number of friends who I think would really love the humor of Undertale, like, removed from any of its moral messaging or, like, plot or anything like that. Like, I just think some people would love the writing in it. But because there's so much baggage around the fandom and everything, like, that's really difficult. And, like, similarly, the sort of focus on the difficulty of Souls games is similar, where I think the beauty of a Souls experience is in some ways learning to trust your ability to overcome difficulty in an organic setting instead of like being kind of scared away from it because everyone tells you it's super hard.
For sure. I would also say that my biggest my most memorable like I say get good in like a joking way a lot, but like in the way that it's like in the common like parlance or whatever, my most like memorable get good moment of the past few years is the Undyne fight in Undertale.
Real quick, I want to point out, Niko, that there is a chest behind that boy that is sitting on it.
I see him.
You are going to have to piss him off to get him out of the way so you can open it. It is worth dying to open that chest and get what's in there.
Okay. Good to know.
I would also just like to say that this is like one of my favorite zones in this game. I think it's like so.
This is really neat. We haven't actually talked about what I'm doing on screen at all.
This is a pretty compact zone compared to where we just were, but it looks amazing, and there's a lot of cool stuff about it.
Yeah, and I really like the structure of the fights, like how it's like fight 1, fight 2, fight, more.
Yeah, this feels like more classic Dark Souls almost. It's like, all right, we're going to give you one of these guys, and then you're going to have to fight a different type, and then you're going to fight 2 of the first one, and then 1 of each. And
this place is called Hyde or Heidi's Tower of Flame. I prefer Hyde.
I always say Hyde. I think it's Hyde.
Hey.
Sure.
We're gonna go European bells here.
But
Hyde is like the Mario pronunciation.
The smaller gentlemen in the white cloaks are Hyde's Knights, and one of the things they changed for this edition to the game compared to the first one is that in the original version of this game, there were Hyde's Knights in many, many areas of the game, and almost none of them were here, which is very strange. And so they put some more in, and took some out of some other areas. And I think that was a good, sensible decision. It doesn't make the encounters in here specifically harder, and it makes the world a little more consistent in a way this game has trouble with sometimes.
Yeah, they didn't add the
Oh, there's the lever
just
that
like
I
add
wanted to
them
find.
flat out in this zone. I feel like they just kind of changed the enemy composition a little bit, unless I'm misremembering.
That's correct. And congrats, Niko. You made a thing even easier, or about as easy as it's going to get.
Okay. I'm running a little bit low on resources here, so I don't know if I maybe want to head back and heal, or maybe try and get that.
Yeah, I would
chest. don't
say
have
try to
that.
get the chest and don't worry too
Yeah.
much about the souls you're carrying.
The thing I would say, so like a couple of responses to earlier points is one is that like it definitely took a lot for me to sort of get over that stigma of being associated with a fandom that a lot of people
Take care of the big boy first.
Oh.
Oh, well. Okay.
Yep. This is okay.
Wow, Soul Arrow's real helpful.
Doing work. So definitely had to get over that stigma and and be able to like enjoy it despite the fact that a lot of people sort of were overzealous in their love for it and were, I would say, insufferable toward other people. There are also some pretty terrible stories about people. I'm not going to get into details, but like doing pretty reprehensible things to other people in the fandom for their choices in terms of like maybe they shipped or whatever.
For some reason, I thought if the one at the top of stairs, you absolutely need to have that ring on. When you see what it does,
I
you
know.
will be very happy.
I will find out very soon.
Yep.
So that was definitely a thing for me where like I sort of realized that the notion of dismissing something because of what a lot of other people had said was sort of not really thinking for myself, and that was like not a great way to think. And so as much as I do wish that people who enjoy the same things that I like would be better about not being shitty to other people, I can't change that fact, and that shouldn't change the things that I like.
Don't bother fighting him.
And
we need to look at that ring. Sorry to be so adamant.
I feel that way in music a lot. Like a lot of people I know are like relatively snobbish about music. Like, you like that person, you like that person, and I'm just like,
okay, which one do I get?
Oh yeah, that ring is good.
Yeah, I gotta figure out which one
I'm with you, Mo. I'm like super knives out with classical music preferences because of like how artificial. Well, not only how artificial a lot of the preferences are, but also like how much those same conversations like 400 years ago shaped the landscape of music culture. So one of my favorite things to do is to just like upfront tell classical music snobs that I'm like not into Brahms because
I would replace the blue ring.
Yeah, that one it said slightly, so it seemed like the least beneficial.
Yep.
Okay.
And hey, you are now limited to 80% HP loss.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, that's like maybe the best side.
Well, I've also been thinking as I've been coming through this area how much more difficult this whole area would have been had I not gone and done everything else and leveled up like 30 times. So I don't know how realistic coming here first and getting that would have been, but certainly would be interesting to have done that differently.
It's doable, but it's tough.
Yeah.
How much do we need to spend to level up?
Like 2,500 ish.
Let's go cash in and then think about what we're doing because we have.
Because that.
I think after. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We're super tapped out at this point of spells, so, and I don't trust myself to use a melee weapon at this point to do any serious amount of damage. So yeah, I think that like the nature of fandom and letting people who are obnoxious ruin your love for something like was definitely a huge hill to climb for me, and just sort of accepting that I can't change what other people do, unfortunately, and so for anyone who is thinking similar things about any game, any media or whatever, just like, think of that a little bit and understand that maybe help educate other people who would consider lumping you in with what they consider a toxic group of people because they are thinking of the worst of that bunch. And maybe it turns out that not everyone who likes a thing is bad. So that's just a little bit of food for thought.
Unless that thing is anime,
Travel.
in which case we're irredeemable, but it's okay.
Peregrine, can you tell me what your avatar on Discord is right now?
Oh God, is this a call out? I feel self-conscious about this because I feel sometimes like I'm one of the only I'm actually looking through this now. I'm wondering of all of the Discord mods on Waypoint, I feel like I might be the only anime avatar 90% of the time.
That's definitely not true.
There's definitely a couple of
maybe currently, but definitely not historically.
I mean, certainly not historically, right? But I feel like there's a sort of movement toward and I feel like I've only gotten more and more anime avatar with time. Because listen, I gotta stay true to myself. I am
exactly the same way, and that is why I will be that disco ball fish until the day I die.
I'm just saying, anime gives me the ND representation I crave, and so I use avatars to reflect that.
I don't know why inverted color link speaks to me so much, but
sometimes you just have to have a brand.
Here we are, yeah, exactly.
My brand is currently a very adorable Ralphie, so...
Your brand is huggable and...
Yeah, and extremely fluffy.
My brand is a cat person that's an ant.
Is it worth starting to pump up this adaptability here?
I would say not right now. That one extra point isn't going to do anything for us in the next, couple things we're headed for.
I'm gonna invest a point in some vitality then.
Sure.
Okay. I think I had another thought based on what someone else said earlier, but it's gone now. I don't even remember what the thing someone had said was. So.
Was it the thing I said about how Brahms is okay, but not that great? Because
so actually, yeah. So I played piano for about 15 years, and Brahms is actually one of my favorite piano composers. So.
All right, good. We have a discussion now. No, it's my turn to be the Mo.
That's not where I'm going.
I haven't come back to my thought experiment yet. I'm just waiting for the right moment, so don't you worry.
God.
All right. Well, we only have about half an hour left, so
I think the right moment now.
I think there's a place for that, and it's the moment Niko walks through that fog door that we were just looking at.
Why are you attacking so many times?
I'm gonna set the scene now. So, when I was a young kid, when I was 9 or 10, I cooked a lot with my mom, and we would cook stuff that she liked to cook. But every once in a while, she would indulge my 10-year-old sensibilities.
Real quick, Niko, unsurprisingly, those boys are never ever going to stagger. So just wait until the combo's over to attack. You're gonna get tagged.
I did not realize there was a 4 combo.
Yep.
So every once in a while, my mom would let me I want to cook this, and we would try and make it happen. And the one of the times I said this, I said I want to cook chocolate pasta. And it didn't work well. It was just not good, and this is something I've thought about a lot, and I think I could make a good chocolate pasta. So the thought experiment, but I'm not quite there. The thought experiment that I have is picture yourself on a Chopped type show, and you have to make pasta, but a dessert. What do you make?
Oh, this is not nearly the nightmare I was anticipating.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie,
Okay.
like a little. I mean, first of all, this is like so up my wheelhouse that I'm not even gonna answer because that would be too fun for me, and that's not the point of a Mo thought experiment.
I feel
Well-
like you can think of pasta as like almost like soft pie crust, and at that point, like with enough sugar and fruit, you can probably make it taste good.
I will say, like, this challenge has already been met by corporate America in the form of the Choco Taco.
No. No. Choco Taco's a wafer. There's no pasta in a Choco
Are
Taco.
you calling a taco shell a wafer?
I'm calling the Choco Taco shell a wafer.
Sure, okay, sure, but like pasta, like you can make a chocolate pasta dough and mold it into a shape, and it's gonna have like the function of a like tiramisu ladyfinger. Like the texture's gonna be a little different. But...
So I did a little research for my thought experiment. I'm just gonna read some recipes out from the Cola Vita, the olive oil company recipe collection. We have chocolate pasta 3 ways. This is chocolate pasta with which is fresh pasta made with cocoa, which is not what I meant. I meant like store-bought like dried pasta in a chocolate sauce, and the
Oh,
thing
what?
Oh.
No! Okay, hold on,
No,
hold on.
yeah.
This became a different product, because when you said this, I was like, you just put cocoa powder in your pasta dough, and it's easy.
yeah.
I was
But now
waiting.
you've just turned this into the actual hell that I was anticipating, and I hate it.
I was about to say, I was waiting for the twist. I was waiting for the knife between the ribs. And I'm not sure that I expected it when it finally arrived.
It's Hershey's syrup and Ready Whip. That's what it is. There's no other way to elevate that cuisine.
But let me just read. So Cola Vita has chocolate pasta 3 ways, and this is the chocolate pasta you were thinking of. And they serve it with berries roasted with balsamic vinegar. That's fine.
Ugh.
Pistachio pesto.
Great. What yuppie ass?
That's not even
Bullshit.
the worst one. Creamy gorgonzola sauce. Then there's chocolate pasta with chocolate hazelnut cream sauce, white chocolate shavings and fresh berries. Chocolate pasta with mascarpone, vanilla cream, and strawberries.
That's funny. You called it mascarpone.
Not mascarpone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering why the consistency is somehow gone now.
It's 2 different things. It's like, what? It's 2 different things?
Are you trying to tell me Mario isn't cheesy as hell?
Mario is an authentic...
Whoa!
There it was.
Yahtzee!
You got me. Damn it.
It was.
You're
How
correct.
long have we been
Okay.
going? About an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I think rather than grinding our way through these large slow boys, I think a better way to finish this off
Just gonna-
would maybe be to give it a little run and head past most of them, maybe not all of them.
Yeah.
Rather than trying to engage with the concept of putting chocolate on these pastas,
I have a thing
Let's-
for you, Peregrine.
If it wasn't already clear that I'm not going to engage Mo on this topic, I would like to
This,
make
you
that
know-
very clear.
I would say the most offensive thing about this link so far is the name of the website, which is, for those listening at home, Gimme Some Oven,
What the? Oh my god!
as in, I imagine, give me some lovin'?
Yeah, that's what they're going for, I think.
Okay, yeah, right, gotcha. I'm just gonna let everyone explore this moment with me here,
Okay,
which is
Niko.
I've got a recipe here.
Meet the Dragon Rider. He got a halberd. If
And-
you come to
and
I'm
this,
glad I
this-
didn't come in here with like 6 spells left.
And I hope this boy's hungry because we've got some pasta with dark chocolate marinara sauce for him.
Dark Souls
Sorry.
chocolate?
Marinara sauce.
You'll
I have
lose
to be
your
consistent here.
flavors.
Don't spend too much time on that
Over
one.
and
Because
over
I got another
again.
one for you.
You got
That's
another.
all I'll
Oh,
say.
okay. I was gonna assume this is like the preamble.
This-
And I will
this-
say, this looks like some normal. This is sort of like the whole like you could put vodka in your pasta sauce.
Yeah,
like it's
this
one of
is
those
like
moments
someone
where it's like
making oh, I had a mole once. Let me try it, but with pasta. Like just terrible.
some classic white people stuff.
So let me
happening.
we're gonna go to noted question answering website Quora. It's
Coco Cora. Okay, I like. Okay, this is. Okay. This is a really good question. The syntax of the question.
The question is it possible to use chocolate sauce on pasta? And if so, how should we make such a chocolate sauce? And the answer there, so I have the answer actually. The answer is you make a bechamel and then you mix in dark chocolate and then you have a dark chocolate cream sauce. You add a little bit of salt and maybe a little bit of red pepper and you've got a spicy thing going on and it could maybe work.
Okay, yeah.
I think that is like your best bet is like basically Alfredo, but instead
I don't know how I
of
dodged
cheese,
that.
you use
You
chocolate.
just did it. You did
But
just fine.
That's not what we're gonna get
Don't get
from this
greedy.
Quora.
So I will say that this Quora does offer like a savory set.
2 more hits. Get
a
it.
la, like
Very good.
Yeah.
Hey, you yutzes were yelling about
No, I know.
God knows what.
Now hold on.
Niko
We
just
haven't
did a
defeated the
thing.
actual boss. The actual boss here, okay,
Hey,
is the thought
hey,
experiment.
no spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers.
The actual boss is the chocolate pasta we made along the way.
Hey,
Yeah.
the Dragon Rider is like the chicken McNugget of Dark Souls.
Of chocolate sauce.
It's bite-sized. It's tasty.
Let's
not an excess.
put the food talk. I know how hard this is for us. Let's put the food talk aside for a second. I want to talk about that fight a little bit. So if you had not light the bonfire, but do not leave yet. If you go into that fight before pulling the levers around the zone, the platform
There's
is
less
basically
floor and you get
the
knocked off.
small center section and not the full area. And the interesting thing is that the trade-off there is that it's not that hard to bait the Dragon Rider into falling off if you know how to do it. I can't do it.
Sorry, I'm just looking at what just got linked in the chat, and fuck that.
I haven't looked. I refuse to look.
Yeah.
You should just do it. It's good. It's just a little. It's
So
You should just have a
the
look.
comment Peregrine gave it is this looks like a cross section of what a Bloodborne amygdala looks like, and that is correct. But so the Dragon Rider is not too tough as a boss, especially if you raise up the full floor. It's mostly just learning if you haven't figured it out elsewhere in the game by the time you get there. That you need to kind of roll through the attacks because the width on the swings, not the stab or the vertical, but the swings, is so wide and super far actually that you need to roll towards it and just go through it.
I picked that up immediately.
Yep.
I think that also this is the non-linearity of the game kind of coming to play, where I spent a ton of time grinding and leveling up and working my way through the Forest of Fallen Giants, that like by the time I got here, I could have come here first and it probably would have been really hard. May have been harder than the early stuff for Forest, may not, but like
I would say if you set the arena up, the Dragon Rider and the Last Giant are about equivalent, but if you don't see those levers, it's a bad time for you when you're right out of the gate and don't know the game. Since Peregrine gave the game away, there is another boss in this zone. However, the other boss does not gate progress forward. So I would say the Dragon Rider is the real boss.
I never said the Dragon Rider wasn't the real boss. I just said the Dragon Rider's the chicken McNuggets of Dark Souls 2.
We should go kill the other boss. Not this stream. maybe we can go see
No,
them.
I think maybe we'll just kind of like clear out a little bit more of this area, and then call it.
I would love ending
20 minutes according to my.
Yeah, I think we have enough time to kind of clean up here
Let's talk
and
to
then
this
poke our
NPC.
head up the other path in this.
We gotta meet
Yeah,
my
I mean-
favorite NPC. We gotta discuss the hell that Mo has linked. I gotta defend my McNuggets analogy.
The McNuggets analogy is fine.
The Dragon Rider is the McNuggets?
It worked. I
So
promise.
offended.
So this is Alicia of Lindell. She sells faith stuff. If you do not care about having faith in your build, or miracles, do you, Niko?
No, she is dead.
I want you to take a few steps away and practice your kick, your shield break.
The earth, ravaged. The burden on the people weighs heavy.
Because
See what
there's a thing we need to do that might not feel great, but trust me, it's the right decision.
Why
What?
did I come here? Well, do I need any other reason than to spread the gospel of miracles? My preceptor always said this art should be shared with the world. And such is my only wish. Sometimes I fight the urge to pack up and go back home. It is... well, I must do this. And being out here all alone only makes this a more fitting test of my fortitude.
Oh, I have that line on my OkCupid profile.
I expected this cathedral to be bustling, but there's hardly a soul to be
How did
found
you even
here.
get here without getting killed? lady?
She came through the door from the path
To a
forward
place
for
like a
us.
gullible.
Okay.
Sorry. Help the gullible by teaching
Oh.
the good word.
Oh.
She's a little shady.
I expected this cathedral to be
Okay.
without any goings on. I'll have to.
Yeah, we
Don't
kind of
succeed.
want to kick her off that edge.
What?
Straight up.
What?
Yeah.
Just like that? Just like that?
Oh, hi.
Oops, not like that.
As I said,
Try putting your catalyst away and then doing that same movement. See if that does the kick.
I do not condone the destruction of perhaps my
It's
favorite
like
NPC. in Dark
forward and
Souls 2.
R1 at the exact same time.
as I
Yeah.
said in another chat, we don't do it to him because we want to do it to him. We do it to him because we have to do it to him.
Try putting your shield on your back. I always forget the kick controls in all of these.
So it's this one where I do the left to right. That is definitely the kick button sequence.
Okay.
It's just
Oh right.
Yeah,
Hold on
we
a
want
second
to
here.
we want to give her a nudge.
a nice little a little shove.
She's just trying.
Mo,
to,
how do you feel about this?
She's just
Mo, how do you
trying
feel
to
about this?
sell.
I endorse this.
All right, 2-1.
You're gonna listen to the guy that linked a Lovecraftian beast of a dessert pie into our chat just now? No, what
Sorry,
are you doing?
Lucia.
Okay, what? That's so rude!
Then I
Why did
punched
you
her in
do-
the arm.
And she's
That
not
didn't
doing
actually-
anything!
This is mean.
This is horrible! Who is your avatar? Tell me who your avatar is!
She's not
Okay,
moving forward.
Is this
that's not
any
doing
way
it.
to act, Niko?
Yeah.
Do I need to equip a weapon?
Is this
Yeah,
any way
let's-
to act?
Let me look something
Yeah.
up real quick. Well,
You might not be able to kick with a wand.
Oh, are you trying to look up your conscience?
I don't have any weapons equipped right now at all.
one sec.
Yeah, so that's the same. That is the same.
If you come at this with a weapon, I guarantee you are going to regret it. I 1000%. You're gonna. This is gonna be a Sans Undertale moment for you. I'm gonna sit in the background and sing Megalovania the moment this turns sour.
Listen, Undertale taught me that you have to think about what you do in games. And Nier Automata taught me that being a pacifist isn't always the right answer.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is just the shoulder bash. Do have your stuff ready in case she decides to get rowdy.
In case she decides to get rowdy.
What we want her to do is stand
because
up
she's
so
the
that we
one
can
deciding
nudge her
to get
over
rowdy here.
over to the ledge.
This is beyond the pale. This is just...
No, that was... Yeah.
She's not standing up, though, so... I'm not really sure
Let me look up one more thing.
Alright, let's make this quick, because right now we're just kind of standing here doing nothing.
Yeah, I realize. I should have looked this up while you were doing the fight, but I wanted to help you with the fight.
You have hit this woman unprovoked 3 times already!
1 second. I think I found the thing I need to see.
Mo links me to hell, and then Niko decides to show it to me on stream. I see how it is.
I think the best way to do chocolate pasta is with, like, you do a dark chocolate ravioli.
She's gonna hang out here.
So you get a crispy bit.
Let me work up a plan for this for next time. So,
and then you,
despite Peregrine's hollering, to make clear why I'm suggesting that we do a bad here, is that there is an item that you need to get through this path forward. Don't bother; you're wasting your time.
Okay.
She will sell it to you for $2,000, or she will drop it if she is dead.
Oh, so we're killing a person because we want to save 2,000
for $2,000.
She's of no use to us, and she's not a nice person.
Excuse you, Mr. Capitalism.
Not a nice NPC.
Oh yeah, I didn't do this. I thought she was shady in a different way. I just paid her. You know, grind for that 2K. Yeah, I'm all about grinding.
I've got 13K on me right now.
Okay.
You know what? Oh, well, she's gone.
Yeah, you can hit her a bunch.
Yeah, so it's going to be a lot harder now because we can't knock her off the ledge.
That's fine.
So,
well,
don't bother at this point.
Peregrine, congratulations. After all of that, you have won.
No, I didn't win. I didn't win because you were inept at being evil. That's not a victory.
Couldn't get the good kicks in.
Yeah.
What about...
she went back to Majula because we exhausted her dialogue.
Or you
because
could do I think ravioli is the key.
But,
I agree that ravioli makes sense.
Most players knock her off the edge.
Look, see, these knights saw what you did!
Because if you're not doing a faith build, she has nothing for you. Oh, also, Hyde's knights are angry because they are the Dragon Rider's buddy.
Yep.
And
I just
also, you
died.
have 13,000 souls, and you're risking them all because you tried to kill someone who did nothing to deserve it. This is justice.
Honestly, now knowing the full story here, I'm inclined to trust Sparkletone less. Like killing someone for $2,000.
Okay.
Not
Niko will remember this.
Yeah.
Just remember who's the one who has to suffer most every time you die.
How are those push-ups going?
I just didn't even do them this time because I forgot. I'll be right back.
Let's go and cash in our money while we've got it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Oh wait, no. What am I doing? I'm gonna go buy that item. Do we know where she ends up?
I am trying to remember.
I do, because I didn't kill her. But I'm not even gonna tell you, because that's just risking her life for no reason.
I promise that I am not going to kill her now.
Say the Harry Potter thing.
The what?
Say it in the Harry Potter way, so I know it's real.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you have to do a demo of what you need.
What?
You know, everyone's. I solemnly swear it's that one.
I also don't know what you're talking about because I don't know Harry Potter at all.
It's the thing, the map thing that the.
I think you just have to do it.
Oh, apparently we didn't nudge her enough to get her to stand up, and then when she stands up, you nudge her some more, and then she goes over the edge.
Okay.
We just weren't persistent enough. It's okay, though.
Now, alright. Well, I don't know where she is anymore, so I can't
No,
do
it's
that.
fine.
So,
I think I know where she is as well. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not. I think isn't well.
I'm just gonna
we're gonna need to find her if we want to keep going on the path out of hides. So.
Isn't she in the underground area?
I mean, she's on the way.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Although I guess if you warped, you wouldn't know that. I don't know how y'all did this, but whenever I play these games, I like hate having odd numbers.
I get like that too.
Yeah. So now I'm extra going to hell.
I will say that my explanation of the reasons for killing her was focused on the pragmatic and maybe not events down the line. But alright.
Well, it's too late now, one way or the other. So.
No, we're fine. It's a super optional thing. It saves you some time and some money.
Well, yeah, I was on like
at a thing later on.
I guess I just didn't realize.
If you're a faith build, leave her alone.
I just never realized that you were truly a scholar of the first sin.
Well. Yeah.
Wait, is the first? I guess the first sin is eating fruit.
That path off of this rotunda leads to the next area. We need the item from Alicia to go forward there.
I skipped a bunch of stuff that I want to go back and.
Yeah, let's go up the other path and kind of poke our heads up there. And if we could get to one of a couple things that'll happen, that would be a good spot to. That would be a nice little endpoint. I keep wondering how these streams could get any more contentious than the last one, and yet here we are.
I mean, like, chocolate pasta is one thing. At least I don't have to compromise my morality for that. But now you're doing...
If you'd seen the thing that I cooked when I was 9, that's a morality compromiser.
I mean, you were 9. Who's among us hasn't cooked up something?
My mom, never throws out food, and she threw that out. It was, in the fridge, and I remember, being, excited to eat the chocolate
Give me
pasta
the rundown. Give me the, laundry list of ingredients.
I mean, it was just, so the problem is we didn't mix the chocolate with a bechamel or, anything that would keep it, remotely liquid. So the chocolate basically, we melted dark chocolate and mixed it with pasta, and the pasta the dark chocolate, we put it in the fridge, the dark chocolate re-solidified. So it was what if a Crunch bar, but with penne.
You know what? I'm a go on record and say that probably would have tasted okay.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. Ravioli is definitely the way to go. Because you can
ravioli, it's just it's a chocolate bar wrapped in pasta.
Yeah, and you
solid
do
chunk.
a fruit sauce of some type. I would eat that right now. Way better than cauliflower crackers.
What is the what?
Oh, were you not on the call when I mentioned that I got cauliflower crackers from the deli?
Nope.
I was curious about what a cauliflower...
I hung up on that call when you
oh yeah, you did.
I don't like cauliflower in its regular form, so I don't...
Oh.
Cauliflower is a great neutral vector for a lot of flavors. Buffalo cauliflower is good, in my opinion.
Yeah, cauliflower is one of my favorite veggies.
I'm not sure cauliflower makes anything better.
Roast it up.
Eh.
Get that
You
crispiness.
you can approximate a chicken McNugget with
Yeah.
cauliflower, and then it's just a better version.
I'm going to a place that actually does General Tso's, Chow's? I don't know.
So's.
Yeah, they do that cauliflower, and it's really good. I'm excited to get it. I'm going to this like big market on Saturday, and I'm gonna get an Italian like sub sandwich with bresaola and Parmesan, and some General Tso's cauliflower. And it's going to be a good combo of things.
That sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess we never actually explained this, but the thing that Mo linked earlier for those keeping track was it's
It looks like a cake
I've
made
had
out
something.
of,
It looks like mousse. Have you had moussaka, like the eggplant and lamb?
It's
no,
like,
what am I
what if
thinking of?
what if instead of baked ziti, it was just
brown
ziti with like Hershey's chocolate sauce, and it was cooked in a pie crust and then sliced,
Instead
and then
of
they put whipped
instead
cream
of
on
like a normal pie or cake body, it looks like it's made of the suckers you find on squid and octopus tentacles.
Oh, you know what it is? I'm thinking not moussaka. It's pastizio, which is a Greek baked pasta dish. Let me link you.
I got really upset when Scar betrayed moussaka.
Oh yeah, it does kind of look like that. That looks good. I would eat that.
It's real good.
What if that was chocolate sauce and marshmallows?
No,
I mean, that's what
stop
you
it.
linked. That is what you linked. It is just the version of that
Okay.
that is like
all right.
chocolate.
We have to take control of this. I think that we are just about out of time here on Crimes Against Dark Souls 2.
When the hell's crying, you're out of time.
We got a lot done, and then
Sparkletone.
The wheels came off the vehicle.
Yes, we killed two bosses.
Yeah, you did.
One of them
you did
significantly
really well
harder than another, and now I'm getting impatient against some big burly boys that maybe need a little bit more patience than I have at this hour. So, Sparkletone, where can people find you on the internet?
I am on the Bird Hell site as Sparkletone, and I spend a lot of time on the Waypoint Discord.
All right, Peregrine.
You can find me advocating for not killing strangers over at twitch.tv/Peregrine38.
She didn't even make that thing. She just pulled it out of the mechanism and is
defending
selling
the innocent every day on the Waypoint Discord.
Oh, this is mine.
As Peregrine, or having not horrible food takes on Twitter.com at Terrific Broth.
And Mo.
You can find me in the kitchen doing food experiments with pasta. And what if pasta was a sweet dish instead of a savory dish? Just think about it. Tap's Head 3 times. And twitch.tv/mo_swords with a Z.
I cannot wait to get to the area in this game where other people were doing food experiments.
Oh no.
Bad.
Well, I have been your host, Niko. You can find me crying into my pillow at what this series has become and hanging out in the Waypoint Discord. You can also follow me on Twitter at Corey D. Shaw. The spelling is below. Special thanks as well to Too Mellow for graciously allowing us to use his music. You can find the track Old Haunts and everything he does over at toomellowmakes.bandcamp.com. If you missed either... Wait, I didn't change this outro script. Shit. If you missed any of the previous episodes, you can find them over on my YouTube at bit.ly/NikoYouTube, because I'm not popular enough to have a custom YouTube URL. Hooray. We'll be back next week at the same time, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/WaypointCommunity with more Dark Souls 2, and hopefully it will be less cursed of an episode, and you actually want to come back.
It won't.
Yeah, well,
We got some exciting
see.
stuff ahead of us in the game. I'm not so sure about the conversations.
yep.
We're all bearers of the curse here.
This is fine. I'll just edit this whole end out, and it'll be great. Thanks so much for watching.